Yo, what's going on, guys? It's your boy Chris coming at you with another episode to the Beautiful Struggle podcast. And this is episode number 78, where we talk about personal development and business all in one podcast. If that sounds like something that's interesting to you, we drop a new episode every single Monday of the week. So feel free to tune in and subscribe. Obviously, we don't charge for this podcast. So all we ask is that you share this podcast episode with one new person out there, one new person that may need to hear this episode. And trust me, you guys are going to want to tune into this one and share this episode with as many people as possible because we got another guest on. I'm super excited for you guys to hear this conversation. I know it's just going to be one of them episodes that's going to be potentially life changing. Like real talk, life changing. And when I was talking to this gentleman on the phone, I was getting hyped as we were talking, man. So a little bit about my guest today. He is an investor. He's known as a crypto investor. He's also an author and a mentor. Most importantly, he's a family man. He got a daughter, and he's married as well. So, family guy. We love to have family people on the podcast. Welcome, Royal, aka New World Tycoon on Instagram. What's going on, bro?
Man, blessings, man.
Yeah,
Blessings.
absolutely. How are you and the family doing during these times, man?
We're good, man. We just
Good.
hanging out at the house, man,
Mm-hmm.
just enjoying. Like, it's just crazy that, coronavirus kind of brought things, businesses and changing everything, but
Mm-hmm.
it kind of made it more fun to we just do things at the house now, like
Yeah.
just
Yeah.
figure out new games, movies. But we still go out, normal
Yeah.
people stuff.
Yeah, I be telling people, bro. I know, like I say it all the time. I know people been struggling with their spouses and whatnot, but I be telling people like, look, hanging out with my wife all day at the house or doing whatever, it's been a
Yeah.
blessing to me, man. So can't complain. This is something that
I
we've
can't
always wanted.
complain, man.
So
Yeah, my wife's a chef, so I just sit up
yeah,
and kind of like have fun with whatever she decides to cook for lunch and stuff.
right,
I just
right. That's what's up, man. That's a
a
blessing.
living restaurant.
Yeah. So yeah, bro, let's get
Man,
into it. I'd love to know more about
man.
your background and your story and you really growing up and whatnot.
I grew up in Los Angeles and
Okay.
I'm from the Merck Park area, um,
Dope.
like Windsor Hills View Park. I
Mm-hmm.
guess you could say Crenshaw, Slauson, Vernon, that area by the
Mm-hmm.
Crenshaw Mall. So I grew up over there, and pretty much I grew up with my great grandma and
Oh
my
wow.
mom, and pretty much I just lived in a nice, cool
Mm.
new neighborhood with gangbangers everywhere,
I heard
and it
that.
was
I
it
heard
was
that.
fun. It
Yeah.
was fun. It was fun. I went to Westchester for high school,
Okay.
and pretty much just got all my situations there, and then I
Yeah.
went to Fairfax, and pretty much I ended up working for Dr. Sabi for like 2 years
No way.
as a yeah, in Culver City. I worked there like in the 10th grade. When I was in the 10th grade,
What?
I did homeschool, and um, I literally worked at Dr. Sabi office for like 2 years. And I kind of that when I worked there kind of gave me that understanding of how the back end of a business works, like the shipping
Mm.
department handling. And so I kind of learned how to build businesses from the back end. So it
Mm-hmm.
was it was it was a good experience. Good experience.
Wow. I mean, real quick, what are some of the things you learned working in that environment besides like the back end of the business and whatnot?
Just about products,
Mm-hmm.
products, and just learning personnel for me,
Mm-hmm.
just learning clients and customers and learning what people really need. Like what I've learned in the process of these, like in that business is how a customer is needed. So
Mm-hmm.
just learn like right now it helps me in my crypto business because right now I teach people. So everybody's different, and as Dr. Sabi, every client was different. So it kind of let me understand that everybody's different. So you have to treat and kind of orchestrate everyone's situation a lot different. So I
Yeah,
learned
I heard
that.
that. I heard that. Did you go to college or what did you kind of do after high school?
No, I didn't go to college. I went
Mm.
to the library.
Okay. Okay.
The crazy about situation about my situation was um I always started like small investment little projects
Mm-hmm.
when I was younger, but nothing really took off crazy. Um we used to throw like events and parties when we was kids, but that made us some income. And for me, is when I lost my job. I think I lost my job. I had bought a car that I could never get like small checked, or I couldn't get nothing done to my car, like plates. I couldn't get my new plates or nothing. So every
Okay.
time
Wow.
I went to the mall, when I parked my car, I used to get tickets every day.
Mm.
So I was working at the mall, but I was getting tickets that was in the parking lot that was 10 times my check. So I was working backwards for like 2 years.
Damn, that's
so
crazy.
so one day I just was like over it. And then no lie, like I found that I was at my grandma's house. I was just kind of like going through it, trying to figure out what would be my next step. And I
Mm-hmm.
found out Barnes and Noble was going out of business at the bridge in Culver City. So
Mm.
I took like $20, $30 up there and I bought like a bunch of books. I bought
Mm.
like tax books, real estate books, investment books, business books, money books, and just trying to understand, because I learned at a young age the way you can manifest things, you got to pretty much speak it in existence. So for me, I was like, okay, if I was going to work on making money, I have to now work on where I'm going to put my money. So I worked
Mm.
on where I put money first. So I studied places to put money and before I had money. And then by the time I had it or start to accumulate funds, I had exact locations that I wanted my money to go. So I didn't never have time to, I didn't really waste time or waste my money because I studied exactly where I wanted to go. But that led me to crypto down the line.
Mm. Okay. Okay. Um, so, I mean, what were some of the places that you found that you can park your money at? I'm assuming maybe the stock market was one of them,
Yeah.
the obvious one.
Mutual
Yeah.
funds, yeah,
Okay.
mutual funds and Roth accounts, and
Mm-hmm.
pretty much get a fiduciary or a financial advisor. Basically the American way, kind of,
Yeah.
that I
Right.
learned. But through the process of doing that, a lot of the financial advisors I was realizing was coming straight out of college, right?
Mm-hmm.
So it's like when you hire a financial advisor, for me, is I didn't really see them understanding what I really wanted to do, because I'm looking at it like I'm making money. I'm paying this financial advisor to like help me park it, but this financial
Mm-hmm.
advisor doesn't even have as much money as I have. So
Mm.
why am I listening to their
Right.
suggestions? They don't know how
Yeah.
much money. They never had this much money. So I
That's
pretty
a
much
lesson
just
right
kind of
there.
came out.
No, I said that's a
Exactly.
lesson right there.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. You
So
feel me?
I literally, and one of the books I read was called The Complete Book of Money. I read in the book that
Mm.
financial advisors that work for the company and fiduciaries work for you, so they help you. Like, so my goal was to look for a fiduciary, and then I literally was like, you know what, I could just become my own fiduciary. So I studied where I wanted to put my money, and then that's what I did over the past like 8 years, and just
Mm.
even in I use Acorns, Stash. I
Mm-hmm.
use apps. Apps are good. Like for me, I look at it like if you have money in the bank and it's just sitting there and it's not like recouping other money, or at least being saved in a position where it can grow, then it's
Mm-hmm.
like you're gonna go against the grain, to me, like
Mm-hmm.
the grain of life, because life
Mm-hmm.
it gets expensive every year, and you can't save your way to success, if that
Right.
makes sense.
Right. No, it
You
does
can't
because
you can't
you
take your way there.
yeah, I was gonna say because of inflation, like you said, things are getting more expensive, and that money that you're sitting in the bank, you're honestly losing money over time. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, 100%.
For sure, for sure. So what were some of the early
So,
struggles that you had, going into entrepreneurship and making that transition? What was there any like mental struggles of like maybe not having
oh
any
man,
mentors? Mm-hmm. Go ahead.
oh man, I didn't have no credit when I first started. I didn't,
Mm,
I didn't, I didn't understand credit. Um, I didn't have a mentor for crypto. No, I didn't have a mentor, but I didn't have a mentor at all. Really, I'm like just self-taught. Like everything that
right.
I ever thought about, I literally just read it myself.
Mm, mm,
But number one struggle was when I moved out from my nana house, I had no credit. So that was like a headache. And it was
mm-hmm.
just like trying to get people to help me get apartments. And That's when I was like 21 years old because I
Okay.
had to move out when my nana passed away. So
Mm,
I had 60 days to leave my house. So luckily, I had saved up money to move, but I didn't know I needed credit. So
wow.
that was one of my struggles.
Yeah, I
But
heard that.
once I fixed my credit, I kind of built a credit company, and then I
Mm-hmm.
start fixing everyone else's
Mm.
credit around me just to kind of help everybody and see how it worked out. And because I knew if I was having this problem, I know
Oh,
all my
definitely.
friends and people are having this problem. They're just not telling nobody. So I said, man, let me just try to let people know like I can fix their credit for them. So that's what I did from that, turn
Mm-hmm.
that bad situation to a good one.
Right, right. Okay, that's
Oh,
dope. So what led you into cryptocurrency? I mean, you mentioned, parking your money in different places and educating yourself. What led you specifically into cryptocurrency and you going all in on that?
well, about around 2016, I believe. Um, I had some clients that came to LA. I was doing some business, going out
Mm,
LA lifestyle, night moving around. Got paid in crypto. Didn't really know much about it. Didn't really pay attention about it. Didn't even care. I think a year later, I think me and my wife was talking about having a child, and
mm-hmm.
I got to that point where I'm like, okay, let me tackle down my finances to kind of see where everything's at, kind of see where I can adjust some things for my new
Mm-hmm.
situation that I got coming, my daughter. So I stumbled across one of my accounts that I had the Bitcoin in. And when I
Mm,
got to that account, that $1,000 I was given was now $7,000. So now that it was
wow.
$7,000, my brain and my heart was like, wait,
Y-
wait,
You're like,
wait.
hold up.
I was like, hold up, like this is something going on. I'm thinking I logged in the wrong account. I'm like, I didn't have no $7,000. So I think while my wife was pregnant, I'm at home, I'm chilling. I get really, really, really interested in like trying to figure out how to make that $7,000 again. So I'm like, what did I do? So I realized I had money in Bitcoin and it grew over the year. But what I also was like learning was there was multiple coins. So then that's when I'll
Mm,
say, okay, let me just do research on all these coins. And then I invested into Ripple, VeChain, XLM, like in
mm-hmm.
2016, 2017. And I invested in those companies. And then the month I did it, I think 2 months later, I had took that 7,000 to like 30,000. And
Wow.
for me, that was enough for me to look at crypto as a real opportunity for people because I then went to the bank and pulled it out. Like,
Mm, to make
let me see
sure.
this for real.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it
Man,
was
that's
real.
crazy. That's what's up. That's what's up. So, man, one of the reasons why I wanted to bring you on is to dive deeper into crypto and to break it down for the audience and break it down for the people right now. I think right now it's been a trending topic. Bitcoin hitting all time highs, record highs, and whatnot, and people are curious. How to get into it. Are people even curious like what is crypto? What is a blockchain? Um, and I think the valuable thing and the beauty of having you on the podcast is now there's no excuse. There is no excuse for
No,
people to not invest and not educate themselves and not live the life that they want to live because we have people like yourself and we have resources out there that nothing's holding us back now but ourselves. So let's dive
yeah,
into it, bro. Let the people know quickly what crypto is, what is a blockchain. You can kind of start there and we can, progressively move along.
yeah. I'm gonna make it easy for you guys.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So crypto is just like it's just like digital money. It's the
Mm-hmm.
same thing. It's digital money, and the blockchain. All the blockchain does is like as if you were making transactions. The blockchain is just storing all the transactions. The
Mm-hmm.
difference between the blockchain and the banks is that you don't really see everything behind the scenes of a bank.
Ah,
But in the
gotcha.
blockchain, we all collectively have access to the blockchain and kind of see all the transactions that's been going between us. So it's kind of like a peer-to-peer system. We're all in one like cloud, if that makes sense. Like we're
Mm-hmm.
all responsible for each other's money instead of one unity like the bank. So like the normal the normal way the banks are set up is, of course, you put money in the bank and they use your money to leverage out credit to other people and to you too.
Right.
You then open up a savings account. Banks they're great, but they have a small part of just selfishness, if that makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
Because
Yep.
they let you park your money there and you get a percentage. But in the crypto world, since it's nobody really controlling it, we all kind of can get paid off of each other, if that makes sense.
Mm.
We all can kind of
Yep.
help each other get paid in the ecosystem. So the blockchain records everything, and Bitcoin is just like a digital currency. But people gotta understand, Bitcoin is one coin, Ethereum is one coin. It's 1,000 coins, and for me, the way I look at Bitcoin and crypto and Ethereum is that they're like just two vehicles, and
Mm.
they're very shiny. People can invest
Mm-hmm.
in them, and but just know there's more under the hood than just what you seen it. So you got
Mm-hmm.
Bitcoin and Ethereum, which is like the masters right now. It's like heading the media. They're pretty much out there. Of course, you got Dodge, XRP, but it's so many coins that are they're helping this whole
Mm-hmm.
situation. It's ridiculous. It's crazy.
Got you. Got you. Um, so how are people using Bitcoin? Because it seems like I'm sorry, crypto. Because it seems like right now people are just looking to make money off of it. They're looking to invest in it. But how are people using it? And maybe how do you see people using it in the future?
Well, people are using it for transactions, of course,
Mm-hmm.
but they're invest. You can use it just like regular money, and you can
Mm-hmm.
make money from the projects. See,
Mm-hmm.
it's the same way as like investing in stocks in my world. Like you're investing in stocks, but the thing about in crypto, you got access to the money immediately, and you could kind of
Mm-hmm.
like move it around a certain way. And for me, it's like you got the music industry that's changing. You got NFTs that's coming out, non-refundable
Yep.
tokens, which is going to help for artists not to be able to get robbed for their work because now
Mm-hmm.
people are being able to put their work on the blockchain. And for instance, people who design and make art, make music, they get robbed all the time for their credit.
Mm-hmm.
So the blockchain NFT non-refundable tokens make it good for music artists and anybody who does art. So crypto is not only just for investing; it's pretty much just going to help with transactions and
Mm-hmm.
also speed transactions because when you do bank wires, they
Yep.
take a couple days or maybe 7, 8 hours or however your bank's set up. But with crypto, you can send 3,000, 5,000 overseas in like 5 seconds. And I just think
Mm-hmm.
and you'll have no one calling you a bank trying to verify
Right.
if you did that. So I think that itself is just kind of like a good piece of power that people never really had.
Mm-hmm.
That feeling of just having full control. I feel like I have full control of my money now because when I
Mm-hmm.
do transactions, I don't have to speak to nobody about it.
Mm-hmm. Mm. Yeah. No,
So
that's really good. I think. Go ahead. You good?
no. Cryptos is going to help with cross border payments and
Mm.
fast transactions.
No.
People
Mm.
going to need that.
Yeah, I was gonna say. I think correct me if I'm wrong, but I feel like the world is really adjusting to crypto and what's going on in crypto with cryptocurrency because there's different industries that are trying to figure out how can they capitalize on it, right? Even myself, I'm trying to figure out, okay, how can I integrate crypto into podcasting, so there's just like I think the world is definitely transitioning that way, and they're trying to figure out like how they can integrate the two. So that's it's crazy. Um, what are some common fears that you see when people are investing in crypto? Like you mentioned a couple things like there's not one person controlling it. That can be a fear for somebody. What are some other fears you think people have when investing in crypto that maybe you come across as well?
Honestly, just being misunderstood about the whole system.
Okay.
I mean,
Mm,
I think the system is so new for people, and
mm,
us as humans, we're being conditioned of something you can't get changed. Like somebody who's been doing the same thing for 20 years, 30 years straight, it's
mm,
going to be hard for them to see the new system. But you got to look at the same way Blockbuster looked at Redbox, same
mm,
way that Blockbuster probably looked at what's it called? Netflix.
Netflix, yep.
The world is changing. I mean, people got to understand that everything can't be a dollar anymore. Like everything can't be paper anymore. We're going into a digital space, and everything's pretty much just moving forward. I think that the scary part about crypto is people just scared of change and they don't want to relearn something. This is a time where people need to sit back and kind of realize we can't we're not in that place where we can have a job and just let our job handle our 401k, like have our retirement being handled by a whole human that or company that we don't really know that's handling it correctly. This is that time where people can now take full control of their money. But before you can do that, you need to learn crypto. And before you learn it, you need to team up with people that know it, because trying to learn crypto in deep, you're going to be on the internet for days. You're just going to, it's going to, crypto is so deep. You can find yourself just going into one hole and then this goes deeper and deeper and deeper. Right. Yeah. So for me, I pretty much I've been through so many different holes, man, like in crypto, where I pretty much just try to like stop people from going through like tunnels that don't matter. So for me, I think that the best way for people to learn crypto is just get a mentor, or just get someone, or get in a group, or just get around people that kind of make you feel comfortable when you're making trades, or because it is a new system. It is like new, but it's only new to the people that haven't took the time to learn. Because I've been doing crypto for like 4 years and it's not new to me because I took the time. But the way the world is moving right now, people don't have time. They need to learn this stuff now.
They need to learn it yesterday.
Bro, you gotta learn this stuff yesterday. Straight up yesterday.
So, man, you say that the world is moving digital. I'm curious, how do you think cryptocurrency is going to affect the U.S. dollar? Like, is there going to be a point where we're not going to even have paper money? We're not going to even have the U.S. dollar? Where do you think it's going to go?
Nah, I think the U.S. dollar is going to stay. I just think that people are going to use the digital U.S. dollar, if that makes sense. I don't think the U.S. dollar is going anywhere. I think the U.S. dollar will go digitally.
Okay.
To me,
okay,
you got Tether, you got digital dollars, you got USDT, you have digital money. So I don't think the US dollar, the US dollar is going to continue to do the exact same thing that it's been doing, which is deflating. But cryptocurrencies here, so I think in a way I wouldn't say cryptocurrency would help the US dollar, but at the end of the day, let's just say if we was all depending on just cash, I think the end will be near. We got digital currency now, so I think it's going to give the US dollar a little life, because now the US dollar has now grown from paper to digital. If they can figure it that way to make it all make sense, I don't see the US dollar going anywhere. I just see the US paper maybe going somewhere, but we're still going to have the dollar. We're still going to have money.
Got you. Yeah, and you guys, there's even crypto out there that follows U.S. dollar like in line, right? Like the you know what I'm saying. So I want to dive into. Okay. Tether. So it's like literally linked with the U.S. dollar, right? If it goes up, it goes up. Okay, got you. Makes sense. Let's talk. So the people know a little bit more about crypto. They know maybe the mentality behind investing and whatnot. Now I want to dive into how people can even invest. You know what I'm saying? Bitcoin hitting all-time highs. I know a lot of people are thinking, man, is it too late to invest? Am I on the back end of this? What do you think? What do you say to that?
Well, the same people thought it was too late at 6,000. They thought it was too late at 12,000. They thought it was too late at 36,000. How can I say it? What's happening is the price is growing from being able to be purchased by the normal person. Now it's going to the middle class person. And then eventually the Bitcoin is going to be only purchased by rich people. But you can still get your foot in. You can get your foot in because you want to add to your positions. You want to buy in. And like whenever you got extra money, you want to buy some more Bitcoin. But the way I suggest people to invest, and this is my honest opinion, is not really focusing on just Bitcoin. what makes Bitcoin move? Like, what are other companies that actually are growing with Bitcoin but having different prices? See, we have a group where we kind of pretty much dive into coins that are not Ethereum and not Bitcoin, but we like to go under the hood of like Ethereum and find out what coins that are moving and helping Ethereum with um, transactions, helping Ethereum with information and just logistics. So you got companies like Matic that we invest in that went from like 22 cent to $3, or we got stuff like Morpheus, which does like supply chain. We invested in CVC. And it's just different companies that we invested in that's not Ethereum, but they're growing with Bitcoin. It's just getting in better positions. We're getting them at pennies. So it's like companies that's going from 0.0003 to like $2. Now you can make a lot of money in those companies and take profits and go to Bitcoin, if that makes sense. Go to
That makes
Bitcoin.
sense.
But if you're just sitting back like, okay, I'm just going to invest in Bitcoin, then you're missing out on a lot of money because it's a lot of companies that's coming out. And you got to look at it like the world changing. 2008, from 1998, every like 10, 15 years, the world goes through a drastic change that I personally feel. And when we was younger, Amazon and all these companies came out, and they came out at really nice numbers. And I just think that people who are trying to get rich off Amazon and Tesla, it's just not there anymore. For me, it's not there. So when I was diving into, the reason why I was dig more into crypto is because I was looking for projects that I can get in on the ground up. Because I want the same success of the people who invested in Apple the first year. I want the same success that people who invested in Amazon the first year. So me and my team, we're out looking for different companies that are in that position on the first year to invest in. And then eventually we'll take profits and go into Bitcoin and go into Ethereum. I mean, Ethereum's at a nice price. I got into Ethereum at like $200 a couple of years ago, but I still add to my positions. I bought in at 800. I bought in at 1,000. I bought it at 1,200. I bought it at 1,800. Like, I still buy it because at the end of the day, it has proven to me that crypto will go up against inflation. It will always go up. So $1 million in a bank will go to $400,000 in like 2 years, while $1 million in Bitcoin will go to like $4 million in 4 years. So it's always good to have Bitcoin, but don't put all your marbles there. It's so many other places, man. You could go to CoinMarketCap or CoinGecko and see a list of just new coins that's coming out, or that's already out.
Got you.
So,
And what platform should the audience be using to invest into these different cryptocurrencies? Because I know certain crypto is only available on certain platforms. You got to get you a VPN and whatnot.
yeah.
Maybe a lot of the popular ones are on Coinbase. What are some platforms that people can download and start investing in some of these cryptocurrencies?
I like crypto.com. It's an app that it comes with a card. So I like
Okay.
crypto.com. Because instead of you having to transfer your money back to your bank account, you can just use this card and use this to go buy anything you want. I actually pay my credit card bills with my crypto profits, and I also pay my rent and my
Wow.
mortgages with my crypto profits. So it's kind of cool. I like crypto.com. I like Coinbase Wallet, because Coinbase Wallet lets me actually grab coins that are not on Coinbase, and I'm able to pull contracts from Ethereum. So, because like the way I like to invest, like I explained to you before, I like to get into projects early. So sometimes the projects that I suggest are not going to be on Coinbase. They're not going to be on crypto.com. But people should start with Gemini. Gemini is not a bad app. Crypto.com is not a bad app. Coinbase is a good app. Coinbase Wallet, and then you have Bittrex, and then you have Kraken. So you have big platforms that have coins, and you have Coinbase Wallet, and then crypto.com, and then Gemini, and then you got Voyager. So you're gonna find yourself in this crypto world. You're gonna look up, your phone gonna be having like 8 apps.
Right, I heard
So
that.
I tell people, I tell people, go get you a whole new crypto phone because
There you go.
the phone, it will take over. It'll take over fast. You'll be like,
Wow.
wait a minute, wait a minute, wait a minute. So get you a money
That's
phone.
crazy.
That's what I call it,
Yeah.
money phone. Digital money
Man.
phone.
Man, I heard that. So, crypto.com, do you need a VPN?
No, it's American. No,
Okay.
it's
That's
American. It's an
interesting.
app on your
I
phone.
tried I tried to download it the other day and I didn't see United States on there.
Crypto.com?
Yeah.
Uh,
I'm gonna have
no,
to
yeah,
read. That's weird.
yeah,
I'm gonna have to
crypto.com,
redo it.
crypto.com, and you can download Uphold. Uphold, I like Uphold too because they give you a card as well.
Okay.
You can use these
Got you.
cards
Got
at any place you want, and the reason why I like Uphold is because when they was doing the suing of XRP, they
you.
didn't
Mm-hmm.
give up on XRP, right? So when XRP got sued by the sector, when they got sued, XRP was at 40 cent or 30 cent. I believe it was at 30 cent. It dropped down to 12 cent, and then everyone removed them off their platform. But
Mm.
Uphold
Wow.
left it. I went back in at 18 cent, and
Wow.
I just kept my money on Uphold. And I think as of right now, XRP is at XRP has at 51 cents. So we
Wow.
got in, my team and us, we got back in at 18 cents.
Mm.
So
Got
it
you.
was a good
Got you.
profit. And
I had a question from one of my audience members. He said, "How much percentage of your Bitcoin should be your?" He said, "How much percentage of your Bitcoin should be your portfolio?" So I think he was asking, what percentage of Bitcoin should be your overall portfolio? Should it be like the majority of it? Should it be a little bit of it?
it all depends. I mean,
Yeah.
I got my portfolio is not headstrong on Bitcoin.
Got you. Got you. Got you. Got you.
I have so many other coins and projects. Because I look at Bitcoin as like I can buy it. That's fine. I'm not making no money in it. So I put money in Ethereum and I put money
Mm-hmm.
in Bitcoin later. And but majority of my money is just spread out. I don't have maybe I'm wrong for doing that. Who knows? Maybe I'm wrong, but no, I
Right.
don't. I don't care to put all my money in Bitcoin because unless you got unless you put in 100,000 or more, you're not gonna feel it when it moves. You're not
Mm.
gonna feel it how you think you're gonna. You used to be able to feel it, like when Bitcoin was at 6,000, 12,000, you could feel it. But for me, I think
There's
at
other
least 10%. You
opportunities.
should have some money in. It's so many opportunities, man. It's
Okay.
so many opportunities. Like we got a group, we got a crypto group that we speak in, and we really don't even talk about Bitcoin that much, to be
Mm.
honest with you.
That's interesting.
Like,
That's
if you want to
interesting.
save it, save it. If you want to buy it, buy it. But that's not where we're making money. We're not making money with Bitcoin.
Got you.
So,
Wow, that's crazy. Man, you mentioned that you got a bot that trades while you sleep. You want to talk about that and how that even works?
well, we're working with partners of mine called brontobot, and
Okay.
they've developed a bot to where it can trade in different ways. And what I've been doing is pretty much practicing with it because we're gonna present it. We're working on it so it can help do trades from spot
Mm-hmm.
trading. So pretty much I'm going to present it to my friends so they can just see it for themselves. But I've been
Mm-hmm.
practicing with it for the last like 2 months, and so far, like on the platform that I use, you're able to leverage the money that you have. So, for instance, let's say you have $2,000 in a futures account, and then you can pretty much leverage $1,000 from that account without selling your coins. Then the $1,000 you leverage, we can add a bot to it to kind of help trade for you. So not only is your money still growing, but now you have a bot kind of assisting you with
Mm.
doing some trades because you can't catch everything. So it's just basically just how we design the bot and what like selection of the bot that you pick and how you want to go about it as far as percentages and like the bot won't lose a trade. It'll stay in the trade for you until, but like I said before, like me, I'm pretty much just like making sure it's all like profitable, make sure everything's good before I present it to like my whole group. But so far, I mean, I've taken $1,000. I've taken $1,000 so far and made a leverage of $500, and I had the bot make me another $1,000. So that is like, that's cool, because I want people to learn. I want to help people make money while they sleep, because eventually, like, robots are going to, not robots, but they got companies that's coming out with all these different ways of having things automated. So I'm just thinking to myself, like, everything could be automated. I'm pretty sure trading could be automated. Why wouldn't it be? But we got to work on it. Nothing's gonna be perfect. So when I present it, when we kind of present it out to our people, I want to make sure it's perfect. So we're still developing the website, and everything is going in the right direction, but it isn't profitable. It is profitable. Bot is profitable. So it all depends how the setup is.
That's crazy, man. That's crazy. Man, what are your thoughts? I know you touched on it a little bit earlier, but what are your thoughts on NFTs? You know, it kind of blew up within the last couple of months. Well, really, this year it blew up. What are your thoughts on NFTs? Do you own any NFTs? And where do you see it going down the line?
NFTs is big. It's funny because I told people about NFTs like 2 months ago. For some reason, I just seen some stuff coming. I was like, man, NFTs is about to hit. But even I didn't fully understand it just yet. But once I started understanding it, NFTs is going to be the future for the digital artists and the people who actually have rareable items. So it's going to help artists not be able to get robbed for their work. People are going to be able to release music and get full revenue from it, and get
royalties,
proper payouts. And I'm not an artist, and I don't do digital art, so I'm not really in the NFT world as far as drawing and selling. But what I do is I invest in NFT companies. And that's another way. If you want to get into NFTs, you can find the top NFT companies and invest in those, and also collect NFTs as well. So I collect a couple of them. Like I have friends that's dropping NFTs, and pretty much, like I said, I've been paying attention to it, but it's the future.
Yeah,
for
I agree.
Artists, digital artists. It's helping. The digital artist is going to get their money's worth now. So. I see it being really special. The new Pokemon.
No, I agree. Man, just real quick, we were talking about, investing. What are some principles, maybe like 3 principles that you would give to people out there when it comes to investing? One of the most common ones people put out there is like, don't invest with the amount of money you're not willing to lose. What are some things that you would want people to keep in mind when investing in crypto? Now, I know one of them you said it's really important to get like in a group. I'm saying have some people around you that are experienced. I think that's extremely valuable. Some type of mentorship.
That's number one. Number one for me is getting a group. When I first got into crypto, I was in about 20 groups. 20 groups. And the way I made my decisions on investing, it was based on seeing how many groups were talking about selective coins. So if I got 10 groups and they're all talking about 3 coins throughout this whole situation, I'm investing in those 3 coins, because I can see that they have press, they have people that's talking about it. It's rumors, So that's one. Second is just, you can find yourself in the crypto game thinking a little too much, because it is difficult. But I look at it like, if you just get in the right positions, if you get in at 0.00001,
right.
If you're getting in, and not only are you getting in, but you got to make sure the coins that you're investing in have utilities and partnerships. So if you're investing in a company that you see has a partnership with Samsung, and they haven't really blown up yet, give them a chance. Give them, put $100 there. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not saying throw all your money into different coins. That's what you shouldn't do. I've seen people do that. They go to like the list and they look at all the cheap coins and they're like, let me just buy the cheap coins. And
Yeah.
I tell people like, you got to do research on these coins. You got to go to their websites. You got to see their partnerships. You got to see their roadmaps. You got to see what they plan to do in the next 4 years. You got to see who's talking about it on Reddit. You need to find out if other groups of people talking about it. You need to find out if whales are talking about it, people who do big investments. You got to see if the coin is going to go to this platform. So like I have all type of techniques. So I might invest into a coin that plans on going to another platform in like 20, 30 days. Now, so what you got to realize, each platform has 20 to 30 million people, maybe 10 to 15 million people just using their platform. So if this coin that I invest in at $1 is on this platform, but it's going to 10 more, the goal is to get it and then weigh it out. When it gets to this platform, take profit. When it gets to another platform, when it gets some press, take profit. I mean, my rule of thumb is when you have 100%, I like to take 50% of my profit and I go into new projects. And I just keep rotating my profit into new projects, but not just any projects. I have to find partnerships and utilities that's connected to the partnerships. Everyone has their own way of investing, you know?
Right.
So
I was gonna say on our phone call, you said not chasing after the herd, not chasing after what's so popular right now, and people are putting their money into things, and like you said, they don't even know what's the utility, what is it used for? Is this just a joke? Like, what is this?
Yeah, I mean, you might get lucky. Like I watched the Netflix video last night. The other night, people got really lucky when it came to the GameStop situation. Like if you hear it, you made money in the GameStop situation. But for me, it's more in crypto world. It's so fast. So people talk about XRP, people talk about Dodge, but by the time people really invest in it, to me, it's late. 0004. Man. So you gotta like understand that when you hear people who don't really invest in stuff and they're telling you what they're buying, they're so late to the game to where it's like late. It's just late. It's like I watch more people lose money on Dodge than make money.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
I heard that. Yeah.
Like it's just what I saw. I saw people who lost money in XRP because they sold their XRP because they were scared. Like I tell people just invest in things that make sense. Don't listen to people just because someone says like, "Oh, I'm buying Dodge." I'm like, "Yeah, that's cool," but understand that it's hype, and if you buying hype, you buying it late. That's like when shoes drop and then they get resold. You catching the resale. You know what I'm saying? You wasn't in line when it was $1. You wasn't there. But you hearing about it, which is cool. You can make your decision to invest, but you're late to the party. You might get lucky. You might get lucky. People get lucky. But I tell people try to just stay away from the news, and not the news, but just try to stay away from like if everybody's talking about something, man, it's late. To me, I like to get it 2 months before people talking about it. 1 month. 6 months. I got coins that blew up now that I bought in October.
Wow.
That no one knew about in October. Like nobody knew about Morpheus, nobody knew about Track, nobody really cared for Polkadot. And we got Polkadot at $3 in October. It's $30. Like while y'all buying Bitcoin and Ethereum, we buying Matic in my group. We're just buying coins that make sense. And then we watch later down the line, people talk about the coins and how it's crazy stuff like that. But that's my goal, is to get in before the herd gets in.
Yeah. So, and one of the ways that you get in before the herd gets in is by the education. And, you have a couple educational platforms that you're creating that you built. One of them is the kids book series. You want to talk about that a little bit more? I think when you were talking to me about that on the phone, I was like, man, this is genius right here, man. This is a genius and a necessity.
Yeah, yeah, man. So, people, if people follow me, my daughter is 3 years old.
Mm-hmm.
She's self-taught. So we pretty much, my wife has single-handedly like stayed home and we taught her how to read and write and just understand
Mm.
like words. So while I'm learning crypto, she's learning how to read like at
Mm.
2 years old. So it got a point. We had a crossing where it's like, man, like I wonder if I can find a book to read to her about crypto. So, long story short, man, I just like, you know what? I might as well just make that book. So I have a mother-in-law who's that's a she went to school for writing. So she sat
Mm-hmm.
down with me, helped me organize how to write a kid's book. And then I have a childhood friend that I grew up with named Tennyson Turner, who who's helped written movies and direct movies before.
Mm.
So at that moment, I realized I already have the team of people that can help me make a book. But making a book wasn't the point. I wanted to make a series. I
Mm.
want to make it to where a kid can pick up a crypto book and they know what crypto is and they conscious before they even understand it. Because you know how when you're a kid, you know McDonald's, you know these things, you know these signs before you
Yep.
know. And when you know, it feels so natural. So I just wanted to make it where if I was to be able to present crypto to my child, it was like natural. So we it took a minute to write this kid book. I'm not gonna lie. I thought writing a kid's book would be like
Yeah.
really simple, but it's not because you have to
Mm.
organize it and dialogue it in a way where a 2 to 6 year old person can like take it in without
Mm-hmm.
it going over their head. So it was more of those like, okay, like situations where it's been a journey actually writing kids books. And I actually got in love with writing kids books. So now like we're
Mm.
working on the second book right now. We're about to we're releasing the first book in the next 8 weeks.
Mm.
It'll be out. And the pre-sale of the book will be out the next like 5 days. The website will be up. We'll be posting it on my Instagram, and
Dope.
pretty
Dope.
much you can pre-order the book, and it's just pretty much giving kids the understanding of changing, and just change is good. Life changes,
Mm-hmm.
things change,
Mm-hmm.
and it's nothing to be afraid of. And I
Right.
just want people to invest in what's new, like, and I want people's kids to have that understanding and they conscious about money and finances. Because like you can't sit. I'm not gonna. It would be pointless to sit up with like cash and show my daughter like this is a $1 bill, this is a $2 bill. Like yes, that would be cool, but by the time it hits her, it's not gonna be that. So I
Yeah.
might as well just try to implement as much digital currency in her soul,
Wow.
or just finances as a whole, just for her just to go through life and say, you know, I know about that, I heard about that, like I've said that
Mm-hmm.
before, I've heard that, I've read that before, like, and I want those feelings to hit her when she's like 5, you
Mm.
know. So
Incredible.
that's where the book is. I just want every kid in America to have just an idea, because
Mm-hmm.
everything starts with one idea. That's all I want.
Right.
It's just an idea, just an idea of crypto, just so you can see yourself figuring out what you want to do with crypto, because everyone's brain is different and crypto has so many directions. So it's like the fun thing about the book is that we can take these books any direction. We got NFTs, we got it's so many different directions
Oh,
we
that
can
is
take.
yeah.
Crazy. So we're just
Wow.
having fun with it, man. Just having fun.
That's what's up. That's what's up. Yeah, that's what's up. So, in addition, man, you also have you help people one on one, and you also have a Discord group. You want to
Mm-hmm.
dive into that a little bit more? Maybe you can give some information to the people if they want to hit you up and
Yeah,
join the
yeah,
group and whatnot.
yeah. So
Mm-hmm.
well, like I said before, when I first got into crypto, I found groups. So now that we're now 4 years down the line, I decided to start my own group because I knew that eventually people were going to need help. So I wanted
Mm-hmm.
to build a community. So we have a community called the Tycoon Crypto Group. And the group is basically just me and 300 people to 400 people. It's growing every day. and we're just giving each other news and directions to invest. Because yes, you can jump into crypto, but it's so many coins, it's so many. So we created a room to kind of give you direction. So we have the room. And then what I do is for people who don't understand what's going on in the group, I offer a one-on-one with me and I'll walk you through everything. And yes, I'm the one who's actually doing it. Like, I call people on Zoom, I set up meetings with them, and I do it one-on-one because I like to have people's attention to understand that it's very, very, very easy, but it's so easy to lose money in crypto. It's like one little code messed up and you sending your Bitcoin to this coin and it's like, poof, it's gone. Like, so I like to I have one-on-ones because I had dropped my crypto book. I had wrote a small PDF. I had launched it in October last year. So when I launched it, I kind of give everyone the understanding of DeFi. People purchased the book, and then so many people purchased the book, I decided to put everyone in a group so they can grow together. So I was like, okay, well, everybody bought the same book. So now we all can pretty much become one group. So we became one group.
That's dope.
And
that's dope.
Now in the group, some people are just joining. So the people who can't understand what's going on, I like to catch them up. So I'll say, hey, if the group is moving too fast, you can set up a one-on-one with me and we can do 3 hours. Like today, I have a couple meetings today and I'll be literally just teaching people just small fundamentals of just like transactions, different websites to use for transactions. And like I said before earlier, we buy coins that are not just on Coinbase. So then I have to teach people how to use the pro tools to kind of get those coins. And just once I teach them, it's kind of easier. And then when they join the group, they could kind of flow through it. But anybody who's already kind of full understanding of how to trade, they can join my group. And like I said, we're just giving you direction. Like if you don't know what to research on, here, research this. If you don't know what to really invest in, here's some suggestions. This company's doing partnerships with this company. This company's being tweeted by this company. This company's releasing something. And if you don't know how to do something, you can ask the questions in the group. And we as a collective, we all help each other. So I pretty much brought together what helped me. I was in groups, but it wasn't personal. I joined groups and I didn't know one person in the group. So I said, man, what if I created a group where everyone kind of has an idea of who each other, like who everyone is. So people are now getting to know each other in the group. And it's just amazing because I really didn't expect this. I really started the group just because I was tired of doing crypto by myself. Like, straight up. Right. Now I feel like I got like this whole family of,
that's so dope.
Like a whole family of crypto, like entrepreneurs, and we're all growing together. So it's amazing, man. It's amazing. And like
I agree because not to cut you off, I'm actually in the group myself and I got in pretty early, but I'm not gonna lie, like I wasn't like really active in there. But after I got off the phone call with you, I'm like, bro, I didn't even realize that like I'm in this group and whatnot. I went in the, some of the rooms and whatnot in the group, and I'm like, bro, there is so much game and value here. I'm like, what am I doing? I dragged that thing to the first one. I'm like, I need to be looking at this every single day and just going in there and just at least being a fly on the wall and seeing what people are talking about, doing my research. Because like we said, it's no excuse now. You know what I'm saying? There's people that are making a living off of this. They're creating generational wealth with it. So, we need to, definitely make it a priority. At least learn about it. Like you said, there's different ways to go with crypto. Figure it out for yourself. Where do you want to, plant your flag in this industry? Do you want to do NFTs? Do you want to trade? What do you want to do? So, I definitely, since our conversation, I've been in there just reading and doing my research. That's dope.
Yeah, man. And it's not just me. We brought you brought in more people to kind of help me. And it's like they're so great. Like they're so great, man.
Yeah, man. Yeah. I heard that. So we can start wrapping this thing up, man. I had a couple more questions. Yeah, I had a couple more questions. One of them is I just thought of it right now. I hear a lot of people talking about protecting their Bitcoin. And not keeping it on platforms and whatnot. You want to talk about that real quick? how people can, keep it
Yeah, you
secure.
could.
Because go ahead.
Ledgers.
Mm-hmm.
Ledgers. I'm trying to see if I have mine around here. Do I have mine? No, I don't have it. Ledgers. You need
Mm-hmm.
ledgers, man. Ledgers and just VPNs and protection. You need to make sure you have Google authentications. You need to have just like pretty much just secure yourself. Pretty much just
Mm-hmm.
find you a wallet that you like. I leave my money in different wallets. I'm not gonna lie,
Mm-hmm.
like they're all over the place because I
Yeah.
trade all day. So, but the money that I have saved up is in my ledger, which actually is like staking as well. So, just get you a ledger. Find you a wallet.
Mm-hmm.
Find you a hard wallet that you can use for your
Mm-hmm.
computer.
And when you mean a ledger, where can people buy these things at?
Let's see. They
Or can
have
people can people just go to Amazon or something like that? Or
yeah. You go to Amazon and type in
okay.
ledger.
Mm-hmm.
Oh
But I
yeah,
was gonna
yeah.
say the last thing I wanted to ask is I always have my guests leave the audience one last piece of advice. It can be business related, life related, crypto related, anything related. Man, leave them with one last gem, and we can end it on that note.
Mm-hmm.
It can be anything, bro.
Mm-hmm.
I know you've been dropping a lot of
You
gems
want
throughout
to,
the. Yep. Go ahead.
I know, right? You want to, start training your money to recruit.
Mm,
If your money's not recruiting, you're gonna lose the war. Plain
mm.
and simple. So that's what you got to set up.
Love that. Love that. Where can people find you? Where can people contact you? I'll definitely leave all your social media handles in the description of this podcast. But where can people find you?
Instagram, New World Tycoon. Website will be finished in the next 24 hours. newworldtycoon.com. In my bio, you will see the Discord. You can join the one-on-one. You can book a one-on-one with me. You can join the group.
Hmm.
Just New Word Tycoon.
Okay, for sure, for sure. All right, bro. With that being said, I definitely appreciate you coming on the podcast. I appreciate your time, man. And for the people listening,
Thank
share this podcast with one other person out there. You hear how much value was in this podcast, man. It would really mean the world to us. And on that note, it's your boy Chris, and I'll catch you guys next week. Peace.